Hi guys, welcome to Flossmas day 4. Let me introduce you to Two Trunks, my little Christmas tree. He is called Two Trunks because he has two trunks. And we decided, Flora and I, while we were deliriously tired in Tesco's the other night, that nobody else would want him because he's going to grow like that with two tops. He's two complete trees basically. So he's a little bit bushier. He's real. I'm going to do my best. He needs some water. I'm going to do my best to keep him alive, and he will be our Flossmas tree. But I have got number 1 and number 2 and number 3 from 2020's Flossmas already hanging on him, and it looks like there's a great big smear on the camera because over here I'm in focus and over here I'm blurry. Hang on. That's a bit better. So in my little box, I've only got 12 of these before I have to start finishing. I'm going to try and start finishing them before we get to 12. So here's number 4, and I'm going to put number 4 there. You see my method here that we're going to accomplish something. Belle, the naughty kitten, has already been batting away at these, so hopefully we won't lose any to a naughty cat. So there's number 4 on. There, I'm intending some lights, I'm intending more ornaments. Flora has made me some tiny stars. These are little paper stars that she makes. So she's made me a little pile of tiny stars which I'm going to string and hang on 2 trunks. Put them back in my box. Right, so last night was long. After I finished my video, I edited my video driving to Asda. Don't recommend. I basically had it running. I didn't have to do anything to it. I just, before I left, I spliced the videos together and then just played it while I was driving. I was literally just listening to it. I wasn't looking or touching it at all. It was on the passenger seat. It was fine. And I needed to do a voiceover where I was in Hobbycraft and a voiceover where I was in the car. So I pulled into like on the darkest road and recorded my little speaky bit, which is why it's a little sounds weird because I'm sitting in a car. Obviously you can hear the engine stop. I'm not driving. It's very illegal in this country to use your phone in the car while you're moving, so I stopped the car, I pulled in. I had to turn the engine off because the exhaust on my car is we're going to creatively call it broken. It's not attached underneath, so it sounds like I'm the car that everybody turns and looks at because it's crap, but it's a gorgeous little car and I love it. Anyway, so I did that and I got back to work, got back on the Wi-Fi and set it and I set the video processing while I was in the car because once I'd done the voiceover I could just set it to process. That took a while, and then when I got back to work and I was back on the Wi-Fi, I uploaded it once I was back at work. So I was clocked out for maybe an hour, not quite an hour, and then I worked through until I think it was about 22:11 when we left. So that was great. And then I was back in at work this morning at 8 o'clock and I did 8 till 24. So yeah, probably better that we're a little bit blurred today because I'm a little bit squint. Got home, went to sleep. So I'm a bit later than I was hoping because I went to sleep. Woke up, had a bit of food. I think I went back to sleep for a bit. Anyway, it is 10 to 9, so it's going to be up before midnight. I don't think I'm inserting any pictures tonight. I am literally, you know what, I'm uploading this tonight. I'm not even going to put the scroll at the beginning because it's still not finished, but it might be finished by tomorrow. And then we'll have the proper scroll up. We're down to actually being able to see. We're down to there. So I've only got 6, I've got 10 more rows to stitch. So hopefully I'll get that done tomorrow. Anyway, and then that will be that done. What have I done since I last saw you? I have done no more work on my treasure hunt bookshelf, but tonight, while I have been sitting here sleeping, I have finished, tiny finish. The O. He is done. My door is open so you can hear my life going on downstairs. So, for Noel, I have the N and I have the O, and I'm thrilled to bits with it, because that was going to be my hope for this year, was to finish the O. But as you can see, the O is finished, and now I have the E. So I'm just going to crack on. Good Lord, almost the entire top of the E is 552 purple. 552 is purple, isn't it? The mauvey colour. And most of the bottom looks to be three colours. 210, purple, white, and what's that symbol? Where is it? 211. I think the E is purple. Brilliant, love purple. So I think I'm just going to crack on with the E, because it's meant to be next door, it's meant to be below the N. All I'm going to do is say, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 6 stitches between the N and the butt. So I'm just going to go 6 stitches between, say this bit of blue here. I'm going to count across 6 and jump in there, I think, and just line myself up. I'll line it up so the top's at the top and just carry on. Or is it the bottom? Is it the bottom I need to be in line with? Yes, it's the bottom that needs to be in line. I've actually got, when I was stitching last night in the clubhouse, my needle fell in the chair. Customer came up apparently today and went, because I found it on the counter and I was like, oh, that's one of mine. And the lady I work with went, oh yeah, was it yours? Is it? She's like, it was in a chair. And I was like, oops. I said, did you find it? And she was like, no, it was brought to me. And I was like, oops. So I currently have 2 needles tucked into the top of my cardigan, as you do. It says the woman who makes needle minders. I tuck them in my cardigans. I tuck them everywhere. Terrible. So, yeah, bottom is lined up. So I'll find the line along the bottom and then count down the stitches, and that'll be the corner, and I'll start down in this corner of the E. So I might do that tonight, might do it tomorrow, might do something else altogether. So we are getting on. Don't think I have anything else to show you tonight apart from 2 trunks, which hopefully by tomorrow will be adorned with some enormous string of lights. That's far too long. I've got 6 meters of lights there. I think he's going to take about 1.5 meters. So we might do some lighting up, around and about. We'll see. I'll try to be a bit more festive. I'm gonna maybe see if I can get some tiny tinsel, you know, that like stuff you put on Christmas wrappings. Tiny tinsel. I maybe get some tiny tinsel for 2 trunks here. And I think once it's got some baubles on it, he'll hang quite nicely. And he is indeed. Ooh, I was going to say he's got something shiny on him there. He has got some sap, which smells very Christmas tree, but now I have a very sticky finger. That's not good when you stitch. You can have that back 2 trunks. Hey? He's not got a better name than that at the moment. He's just 2 trunks. But we picked him anyway. So I'm quite pleased with my Christmas tree. I'm going to try and keep him alive. I'm going to get him some water. And then I need to sort out my station behind. I've also got these little wooden snowflakes. I think they might look like, will they be about the right size? Yes, I think they'll be about the right size. I might put some of these on little strings and hang them on. Or make him some decorations every day. Lizzie is currently doing something with resin for me, so that should catch the light and be sparkly. And see how we go. Yeah, so I think for December the 4th I'm about there. I don't think there's anything else to say. I'm off work tomorrow. which is really good news because I'm really tired. Not needed in tomorrow. We've only got one group of people who are not having the Christmas menu. So, God, we were busy today. We had a 4, a 7, a 12, and 2 2s, and they all came in at the same time. So that doesn't sound like a lot for some people who work in service who have got a big restaurant. Our restaurant sits about 26 people max. So that's, usually, I know we fed 320, but that was very different last night in the marquee. But this is our little, this is the little restaurant with the white stag with the red and his beautiful red bow. That's in there. So we were pretty full and very big meals, very big groups of people. So I've now seen all of the items on the Christmas menu made, so I'm feeling a bit less about it. So hopefully we'll be okay. There was only 4 members of staff in today, 2 of us in the kitchen and 2 out front, and we were astonishingly busy for 4 people, because of course there was all the golfers coming in as well, who were all having drinks, and I took them out a platter of cheesecake. We had a lot of cheesecake left over from yesterday, because we had about 40 no-shows. So we had lots of cheesecake, and it was utterly delicious. It was white chocolate and Bailey's cheesecake with it was chocolate and Bailey's, but it was like a buttercream, but it was like a ganache. It was a chocolate ganache, but made with I don't know how much Bailey's was in it. It was delicious. I could have just eaten it by the spoonful, which was drizzled over the top, and then there was some smashed up chocolate. We had some cups that we used to put mousse in, so we basically smashed them up and put a shard on each one, because they were already tempered, so they were shiny, and they were kind of light and dark, all marbled together, so it looked quite nice tucked in on the top. It made a nice finish to the cheesecake, and easy, because we sometimes use those lovely chewed chocolate straws. You put that across a cheesecake, it looks beautiful, but as you're carrying them and trying to dodge around people who were dancing, because they were all drunk and all dancing while we were still trying to serve them food, they fall off. So last year we lost half of the decorations onto the floor. So this year we've been a lot more savvy. We had a piece of chocolate stuck in the cheesecake. Nothing's fallen out. We did much better. But still, they will. I would say half of the people that were at the party last night turned up a bit sloshed. So I think everyone had a good night. I was out of there 3 hours before it finished, so I don't know how it ended. I'm sure it went very well. I went over to the marquee this morning and it was fairly messy. So there's a lot of work to do now to turn it round for next week, because we're doing the same again next week, but for a lot less people. So exactly the same menu. We had a whole vat of soup left. It's gone in the deep freeze. It's coming back out, so we don't need to make soup for next week. So that's good. That's one thing already ticked off, done. Anyway, I'm talking nonsense now. I'm going to do some stitching. Tomorrow is probably going to be treasure hunt bookshelf. And yes, this comes everywhere with me. This is how I rock the Haid. It comes everywhere with me. And I'm just about to stitch over a coffee mark, because I basically live on coffee. Everyone just says, I don't know how you do so much. I live on coffee. I have a constant caffeine level that's about here. I'm up to here with it most of the time. I live on coffee. So everything has there. Oh, you can see it. There's a coffee mark there. And I'm just about to stitch over it. So it will be gone. It will be gone. Oh, Belle has been sleeping on this. It is covered in white cat hairs. She's only half white, and she only drops white cat hairs on everything. So tomorrow I'm going to have a little punt at, I think, filling in this bit here. I'd like to get to a point where I've sort of filled to there, and then I'm going to start filling in this bit, I think. So we'll see. Hopefully, if I can get 1,000 stitches in it tomorrow, that'll be a catch up, because 300 a day, and I've currently done about 450 this month, so 369. I should already have done 1200 stitches. So if I do 1000 stitches tomorrow on that, I'll catch myself up a bit. And other than that, I'm going to try and get my Flossmas finished, so you get a proper intro, and I'm going to put all this stuff here away so I can have two trunks in, nice and tidy. He needs to be roughly where this bowl is here, which is full of tip money. I quite often come home with like small shrapnel. In the UK, gratuity isn't included in the bill, and it's entirely optional. So some days we'll get some tips and some days we'll get nothing, and we just do a fair split of whoever's in. So if there's 3 people working, we just divide it into 3. So some days I'll have £3 or £4, some days I'll have £10 or £12. It just depends on how many people we've had in and how nice they are, really. Not everybody in the UK tips, full stop. Lots of people come in, have a huge meal, spend £150, £160 and say, "We absolutely love that. You were lovely. What a lovely clubhouse. You're all brilliant. Thank you." And they leave. And in the UK we go, "Thank you so much for being here. We've really enjoyed serving you. Bye-bye." It's great. Anyway, so I do have a little tub with coins, and every now and again I take them back to work and I swap them out for a note, which usually goes in the back of my purse as emergency measures, because we all need a bit of something, don't we? Anyway, guys, I'm talking nonsense as per usual, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully with some decoration, more than the prize I have not yet sent, but this is going to give me the oomph to finish the prize I have not yet sent, so that I can finally give it away. Until then, we shall enjoy it, and then whoever gets it hopefully still watches me and can then go, "Oh, I got the prize that she used my prize on that bloody tree, didn't she? And now I have it and it's mine." So, and my Flossmas video is still in its little setup. I'm just going to twist you, it'll fall. So if it falls, it falls. But my little setup is still there. You can see we've done to there. My terrible desk, look, it's just covered in stitching stuff, and I tidied it. Right, that might not stay put now. No, it wants to slide. Okay, guys, I'm going to save the night for now, and I will see you tomorrow at some point. Might even be daylight. Probably not. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I'm sorry if this is a bit blurry. It seems blurry to me. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.